Hi, my name is Blair. We'll show you the self-service and access right, how the users can request and how the owners of the resources can grant the uh, user request access for access. Here I have set up a file share, and this is the file share we'll be using. And I'm using IP address to avoid the DNS name issues, any of the DNS name issue. This share has two permissions controlled by security group, HR read only, that has read only permissions, and the other group is HR read write, and this has full permissions. Okay. So let's go and try to connect to this particular share, HR, and see what happens. At the moment, I am going to use a user demo1 from the domain that does not have any privilege, is not a member of any of the group, and see what happens. So I will try to connect and map the drive to B. So I connected to the share, and the drive is mapped to Z. And since I'm not member of any of the domain, demo1 is not member of any of the group. Let's see what happens. I get access denied, which is what is expected. So what I'll do is I'll go and request permission for this particular group and see the change. So I come here, self-service application. Let me show you one more thing. Here, this is the machine where the shares are hosted, and as you can see the permissions here. These are the permissions. Two groups has the permission. So I'm going to log into the self-service application, and to request the permissions, search for the groups. As you can see, I'm not member of any of these two groups that are controlling the access. So I will send a request to the owner of the resource by clicking on join, and first I'm going to ask a read-only for read-only permissions. Click on join. I type my request. I would like to have read permissions for the HR share. Thanks. So I submit my request. This request goes in email to demo3, and I logged in to demo3 email. Here it is. I just got the request, and I have the option to approve or reject. And here is the reason, from demo 1 to demo 3 request for access. So I will approve it. I click on approve, and the demo 1 user is granted read permissions. Let's take a look at it and see the change here in the self-service application. I'll go and look at it. I became member of this read-only permissions now. Let's see how it affects the file share permissions. I come here. Now I will try to connect to the same share using the same identity. I will map the share to drive Z, and let me see. I can see the drive, and I can see the file. Okay, there are three files, and there is a folder. Let me see if I can delete a file from here. I should get access denied. That is what happened because I only have read-only permissions. Let me try to create a file here. Test txt. See, I get access denied. Now I realize that no, I need read and write permissions. So I can go and ask for read write permissions again to the owner by going to the self-service application and asking for it. So let me disconnect it. Z. Come here. I leave the group. Instead of that, I want to join the read write permission group. Hi, I need to check in documents, so I need write permissions. Thanks. So I will send it, and the request goes to demo. So there is one more thing. When I left the group, it sent a notification to the owner that I left the group. Now I came here. There's a new request, and the demo one wants the read and write privileges. So I will approve. Let me show you the demo one email also. Demo one, the requester gets an email that the request to join the group has been approved. Okay, so let me make sure that indeed that has happened. Yes, as you can see, I became the member of the group. Let me go and connect to the share. I will map the drive. Here is the share as well as the user. Password. Now I will go to the Z drive and let me see some write operation. I will try to create a file context.txt. Okay, spelling error. Here is the text file I'm creating, and I save the file. The file is saved. Let me look at it. Yes, the file is saved. And let me go to the share physical folder and show it to you. CD HR. This is the share, and this file it has created it. Let me delete a file from demo one as a demo one. Delete test ABC. So here is the self-service application through which users themselves can request the permissions, and the owners of the group can grant the permission. And all these changes happen to go through the workflow. Users themselves, owners as an owner of the group, can go and directly add other users. For example, if I log in as a demo 3 user who's the owner of the group, I can add anybody to my groups. Here are the groups that I own, and if I click on it, here is I can add anybody, and here's the user that I added. Okay. Now let me show you the auditing piece of it. As an admin, you can go and look at all the changes that has happened to the group membership. So I'm logging in as an admin, and I go to reports, audit, group membership audit. Let me see. Here are the group membership changes that has happened, and who affected the change, and which IP address that change has come from. So that gives a complete audit, and we have more information in the database. In this particular report, on the desktop, we can show only so many columns. So